I love you, but I'm not going to keep you long.
Wait a minute.
Okay, first I want to thank Jose. When we decided to have our nuptials in Fernandina, it was no doubt who we wanted to say a few words for us. Jose started off as a neighbor. He's become a friend, and now he's like family, and we love him dearly. So I want to say thank you to Jose. Jose. Gracias por todo, señor. Next up, Stephanie, who was our J-Lo, our wedding planner, and I said to Viv the other day, if it wasn't for her, we'd be going to McDonald's for this thing, okay? She left it up to Vivian and myself to plan it, so she's done a great work, and we thank you for all your work. Thanks yesterday to all my sous chefs, Joel, Alex, who almost ate as much pork as he chopped up for us.
You mean Poopsie? Alex Maton.
Alex Maton. Yeah. And who else? Poopsie. Again, Coco for helping out a bunch. If you're here today, you fall into one of two categories. Category one is you're very special to Vivian or myself, or both of us. Category two is you're of Cuban descent, you're from Miami, Florida, in some remote way you're related to Vivian. When Vivian did the list of invitees, she broke it down to family and friends. Family was 46. 2 were mine. If you're doing the math, 44 hers. But I don't really begrudge her because ever since we met, she always said how special her cousins were, that they're like brothers and sisters, that the nieces and nephews are like, or they're like nieces, the cousins' kids are like nieces and nephews, and that she loves almost each and every one of you.
The girls are crying.
We got friends here today and family from Puerto Rico. We got friends from California. We got friends from Sarasota by way of Indianapolis. We got friends from South Florida, Indianapolis by way of South Florida. So we're pretty well covered. I have 6 friends here today that go back to high school days. I've got Steve Weintraub, and we're talking 40-plus years if you're counting there. Richard Hauser, Alan Noretsky, John Simmons, Jim Barkley, and of course the person who considers me his best friend, Barry Collier. The only one missing today is my childhood friend from 2nd grade, Jack Solomon, who couldn't be here. He's in the Philippines. He did send this, he asked me to read this email. He calls me Leroy. He says, "Dear Leroy, my very best to you and Vivian on this special day. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it from the Philippines. Much love and happiness. As we spoke about, I truly would love to have been there, but my wife starts 1st grade of high school this week." It's true. On the thank you notes, the person who has actually put up with me for 30-plus years and probably sees me more awake on a day-to-day basis than anybody else, my business partner, Josh Rosen. Yay! He deserves a round of applause, Josh. When I met Vivian, I should say Tia, Vivian's mom, it didn't take me too long to realize what she stood for, and that she was pretty firm. It's either black, it's white, it's not gray. So I started saying to Vivian, you know, your mom is kind of like the general. Little did I know that Vivian would go over, "Hey Mom, Lee calls you the general," which could have gone one of 2 ways. Fortunately, she embraced her new rank of general. And then we bestowed on Tia Picantileo the rank, the rank of lieutenant. A high rank, but nonetheless, those who have to report to the general.
No doubt about it.
We've been a little remiss. We have somebody who comes to town once in a while. We need to give him a title, and that's Uncle Pitoto and his beautiful wife, Sonia, who are now be known as the Ambassador and Mrs. Ambassador. I recognize these people because I want to speak on behalf of the family. We are just truly fortunate for everything they do for this family. They run errands, they pick up kids, they babysit, they cook. Well, almost all of them cook except for one, and we know where Vivian got that from. They provide leadership, and they're just so very special, and they really teach the family the importance of family. So we want to say hello and thank you, and a little toast to those 5 people. Thank you. When I first met Vivian, one of the conversations you have is, you know, You have any kids? Yeah, 3. How old? At that time, 19, 17, 15. Their names? Well, the oldest one is Hoopsie. But sometimes I call him Pooper Scooper. Okay, and you have another one. Oh yeah, Deanna, she's the 19-year-old, the 17-year-old. I call her Boobalooka. And the last one, Coco or Coco Macaco. Any intelligent man probably would have ran at that point. But not me. I came upon them in their teenage years, which were really tough years, and they have treated me with nothing but love and respect. Albeit one has to because he gets a paycheck from us. And I just want to tell them, in front of everybody, that I think they already know this, that I love them. I love all 3 of them just as if they were mine. And then Brian and Stacy, also in those teenage years. My friends were very kind. They said, you know what? Don't worry. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, they were right. There was. It was an oncoming train, unfortunately. The train passed pretty briskly, brushed me a little bit, but fortunately the train went by. The light is now shining bright. They both are very proud of both of them, and I want them both also to know that I love them too as if they were mine. Then there's the one. Here's the one. When I'm stressing, she relieves the stress. When I have a bad day, she relieves a bad day. She has me wrapped around her finger. And she melts my heart with these 5 words. I love you too, Papa.
Oh. That got me.
There you go.
And then a short story that he's already told of some people at the house this morning, but it bears repeating. A very nice, touching story. My good friend from Puerto Rico, Jorge Vallejo, we call him Yo-Yo. He calls me Warnker. He still doesn't know my first name. Everything's Warnker. So I call him up as Vivi and I started dating because he's of Cuban birth and now living in Puerto Rico. And I said, Yo-Yo, Warnker. I said, Yo-Yo. He says, Warnker. Okay, we got that straight. So I said, I'm dating a Cuban woman. And I'm going to say, some was in Spanish and some was in English. So if you're one of the 2 people that don't speak Spanish here, somebody next to you will probably translate. But it kind of brought a tear to my eye. What Yo-Yo said was this. Coño, Warnker, tú eres loco? Have I not taught you anything? And that was a tear came to my eye. It was just so touching, Yo-Yo.
I guess you're one of the 2, right?
Even today, he reminded me of that. And last, you saw on the coolers, I Love Viv. I Love Viv came off of, obviously, I Love Lucy. Call her Viv, Vivian, Lucy. Why Lucy? Many reasons. There's never a dull moment. She's always up to something, but usually in the very end, it works out perfect. I can't say that there's nobody like her, but I can tell you I've never met anybody quite like her. Thank you. She likes to finish my sentences, too. She's my Lucy, she's my life, and today my wife. I love you.
Yeah!